What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. So I wanted to make a quick video, guys. 5 stocks, 5 companies I'm going to be watching this week during quarterly earnings. We got a pretty big week of earnings going on. It kind of kicked off Friday with JP Chase and Citigroup and Wells Fargo, but this week it really starts heating up. And what I want to do, guys, I just want to talk about five of these stocks that I believe can have the most impact on overall market performance, one way or another. Okay, and so like I noticed it Friday, JP Chase, they reported earnings, and it almost pulled the market out of its slump because their earnings report was so good. Okay, and so there's 5 companies I'm going to be watching real closely. There's other ones too, but 5, very large market cap companies I'm going to be watching closely this week. And so, let's just get right into this. Tomorrow morning, before the bell, Bank of America is going to be reporting. Okay, and so over the past year, they, about a year ago, they were sitting around $23 a share, and they ran up to 32, 33. Looks like they got up in the 30s, and now they've drifted back down to 28. I know they hold about a $288 billion market cap. It's a huge company. There's Bank of America's all over the place. I'm sure you've seen them. And this stock right here, guys, this is one I would definitely, if there's any way possible that you can, to kind of be tuned in tomorrow before the market opens, see how they perform. You can't take one bank's numbers and say, determine another one's, or just like you can't take one company, compare it to the other. But apparently JP Chase said that the big tax cut that was put into place last year, it's made them a lot more profitable. I think their top and bottom line went up something around 18%. So Bank of America is very big, one of the largest banks out there as well. So definitely be tuned in, watching the earnings report tomorrow morning. All right, guys, now the second company I'm going to be watching very closely, they actually report tomorrow towards the closing time. That's their estimated report time. So tomorrow at close is Netflix. Okay, Netflix, huge company. I'm sure most everybody is familiar with their streaming service they do. They're sitting about $172 billion market cap right now. And this company has been on fire for years now. This is the 1-year chart on Netflix. So a year ago they were about they were about 160 something, 180 something dollars, somewhere in that range. And now they've even went up over 400 a couple times, and now they're sitting around $396 a share. Absolutely one of the hottest stocks in the market. A lot of people feel like this stock is overvalued. I also hear a lot of buzz right now that they think subscriber growth is going to slow. Obviously, we've all heard that before, and it hasn't happened yet. So I have a very small position in Netflix, and I'll be keeping a close eye on that. Even if you want to go back to the 5-year chart on Netflix, 5 years ago this company was $35 a share. So in 5 years' time, this company has produced a 1,000% return. So absolutely on fire. They are growing hand over fist each and every quarter. And it really comes back to that subscriber growth. So tomorrow, when the market closes, somewhere around that time, be sure to be tuned in to see how Netflix, what kind of numbers they put out and what kind of guidance they have set up for next quarter. All right, guys, third stock I want to look at this week, pay close attention to, is Johnson & Johnson, okay? Now, they've had a little bit, their past year's been a little shaky. They haven't really grown. They haven't had really any growth at all over the past year. You've seen they were at about $126 a year ago, and, they got up around $145. Now they've drifted back, and they're basically exactly where they were a year ago, okay? Now, this is a huge pharmaceutical and healthcare company. They pay a really nice dividend. I also have a very small position in Johnson & Johnson. And this is this is almost a $400 billion market cap company. It stays between 330, $360 billion market cap. So this is the kind of stock, again, that can have a dramatic impact on the overall, performance of the stock market that day. If they report really good earnings, it can tend to push the market up, give it some upward pressure, and then if it's bad, it can pull things back. There's a lot of things that depend on there. It's usually kind of better to gauge that after all the companies have come in and reported earnings. But definitely be keeping an eye on Johnson & Johnson. I might want to get in that stock on any weakness. This has been one of the best performing stocks, ever. But even on the 5-year chart, 5 years ago it was around $80, and now it's got roughly 100% return in a 5-year period. Plus, like I said, the really nice dividend. So definitely be keeping an eye on Johnson & Johnson on Tuesday before open. All right, guys, number 4 is Microsoft. They report Thursday at close is when they're expected to report earnings. And Microsoft, again, guys, one of the biggest companies in the world. It's up there with the big boys. It's an $800 billion market cap company. They right up there with Apple, Google, Amazon, Alibaba, just massively big company, huge tech company. Been having a heck of a run all year long. Let's pull up here the 1-year chart. They've just run and run and run. I have a small position in Microsoft, and a year ago it was around $70. Now it's up over $105. A lot of people feel like they're going to pull back, and I always expect a good quarter from them. They're one of the most consistent, steady companies there is when it comes to earnings, and I look for Microsoft to keep going up. And then also, another great reason to hang on to them is that nice dividend they pay. But if you have a position in Microsoft, I guess one of the big differences, a lot of times banking stocks can report great earnings and the stock doesn't move much. Sometimes a lot of the other sectors, but tech is very, very sensitive to earnings. Okay, tech companies are extremely sensitive to earnings, and I remember last quarter when Microsoft reported, they just went off the charts. I think they might have ran up 9 or 10% pretty much overnight. So keep your eye on Microsoft. This is a big company. It can move the market, and I'm pretty excited to see what kind of numbers they put out on Thursday at close. Guys, last but not least is General Electric, ticker symbol GE. All right, guys, this was a huge conglomerate. This company here, guys, they've had a miserable year. They've had their dividend cut. Stock has fell off, I know, at least $10, $15 this year. Now, a lot of people feel, especially a lot of the experts on Wall Street believe that General Electric is now in a position to get things turned around. I'm still a little iffy. I haven't bought into GE stock yet. I was looking at it at $21 and $20 a share, and it just kept on going down and down and down. As you can see over the past year, it's just got killed. It's just got killed. So this is kind of the sleeper pick. I'm interested to see if they're going in the right direction. Okay, and a lot of that will be revealed Friday when they report earnings. They're currently sitting at about $120 billion market cap, which is kind of sad because they used to be, twice that, and a little more on any given day. A 5-year chart, you pull that up, they really were consistent, steady growth for years and years. Many years there, and then, like I said, this past year, it's just been free fall. They've just fell off so much. So that's another one too. Would General Electric be a good buy if they report good earnings? I'm very, very interested in see that. I might possibly make another video after earnings on Friday, because I definitely want to see, what all they got going on. I hope it's not more disappointment. If it is, just keep staying away from it, and don't buy any more of it. But oil prices going up, and their relationship with Baker and Hughes, I can actually see hopefully profits start coming back up, numbers start coming back up, and I want to see this company get turned around and going in the right direction. So check that one out on Friday. Definitely be watching General Electric. Just keep in mind, guys, there's a lot of other companies you may or may not have positions in that are going to report earnings this week. You know, I was just highlighting 5 of them. Keep your eye on all of them, though, because, you know, you never know when a good opportunity to buy, or perhaps you might need to sell too. So keep your eye. You know, we got a big, huge, long week of earnings. You know, I have a couple small positions, like I said, in Nucor, Blackstone's. I think Nucor is really going to be the sleeper pick. I think they're going to have a humongous quarter. They've been buying up all these steel plants, even in my area and around. So, you know, keep an eye on Nucor Steel. They report Thursday morning before the market opens. Same with Blackstone, Domino's Pizza. So there's several good companies report earnings, guys. I hope you have the best of luck. I hope all your stocks go up and not down. Have an awesome week, and thanks for watching the video.